Guys, welcome to another beautiful Thursday. It is I, Coco7 Loco. I have Ketchup and Cora with me in the background. So if you hear, of course, as usual, guys, if you hear all the noise, you know it's the kids barking. So I told you guys last week I want to do something called like a weekly sit rep, catch up, meet and greet kind of thing. So I will go first for everyone. This week for me has been pretty busy and pretty crazy. So I'm actually doing pretty well. It is the first week of April and I am happy for that. It's already 4 months into the new year and things are actually going pretty well. So I cannot complain for this week. Even though this week has been busy with work, I really couldn't complain. So I really do appreciate it. If you guys want to talk about anything, definitely let me know. Hit me up in the chats or in the comments and we will go from there, and I'll try to make this more of like a weekly thing, just like a weekly check-in, see how you guys are doing and see how I'm doing, and we can talk about that first before we continue going further with the live stream specifically. So I want to do something else which is interesting, which is it's called Game of the Month, or I might figure, I'm gonna come up with a good name, but I think it's gonna be either Game of the Month or Hype Anticipation of the Month. Yes, I like that. Hype Anticipation of the Month. So with that being said, because it is April, the game I am most hype about for this month is going to be Sandland. I'm actually really excited for it. I saw the demo. I got to play the demo. I'm actually really excited for it. It's not superpowers or anything like that. It's pretty much mechs, which I have a weakness for. Mechs fighting, and it's tanks, and pretty much the story is trying to find water. So I'm very much intrigued by it. So that is my hype anticipation of the month, is going to be Sandland. If you guys are hyped or anticipating any game for this month, definitely let me know in the comment section, without a doubt, or in the chat section, what games you're most looking for this month. This is something new I'm trying, and I think I want to keep going with it, where every month we talk about what I'm most excited for, and then hopefully with the audience you guys are most excited for. So I definitely want some engagement with that. So please let me know what you guys are going to be excited for the month of April. So because this is a new live stream for the week, we're going to go over this game, WitchSpring R. I beat the game today, so we're going to give it the official game review, Coco7 Loco's game review. I know this was not one of those games I was like, oh yeah, I'm super excited for. Surprisingly, this game was on sale on Steam, and I was like, oh, it looks interesting, so let me buy it. So I bought it, and I played it, and I was addicted to it, and I beat the game. So this week on this live stream, we're going to go over WitchSpring R. I'm going to give you guys the best information and details as possible on the game, a thorough analysis on the game, and what I review for the game. What else I want to go over before we actually get into the nitty-gritty of this review for this game? I am still playing Banisher's Ghost of New Eden, so please, without a shadow of a doubt, it is getting done. It is a lot longer than I thought it would be, which I'm actually excited for, and there's a lot more hauntings and side quests that I'm a side quester, so this is really exciting when there's so many side quests going on. So I'm playing all the side quests and trying to get myself maxed out gear before I fight the final boss. So trust me, I am playing that game without a shadow of a doubt. I want to say I am confident I'm heading towards the last portions of the game. Just the way it's going, I think I'm hitting towards the last portion of the game. So yes, be on the lookout. Maybe, don't quote me on this, maybe next week or 2 weeks from now, we should go over the review for Banisher's Ghost of New Eden. So that is what wanted to talk to you guys about. Is Banisher's Ghost of New Eden is almost done. And I haven't really figured out if I want to live stream the final boss with you guys, but I think I might save that portion with you guys, just so we can all cherish that moment together, like I did a few other games that I've announced that I was excited for. Sorry, WitchSpring R, I did not save the final boss for you. I beat the game, and I am playing on New Game Plus, but I can always go back to the final boss and play it again. So like we really don't have to worry about that aspect of it. So the typical JRPG, you save right at the final boss, and then you can go ahead and play the final boss over and over and over and over again. So I have that, so we can always do that. But I do have a question for the audience. The question that I'm coming up with, and I want to think of maybe once every 2 weeks. You guys let me know if you guys like the question or not. The question I have for everybody is, what game is keeping you busy these days? So for me, I have Banishers Ghost of New Eden. I just beat this game, WitchSpring R, and then I have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Dragon Dogma 2. So that collection of games right there are keeping me very, 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 very busy. Give me 1 second. Let me cut on this light. What's up? Yes. Wah! Let there be light. So those are the games that are keeping me busy these days. So I am curious. So the question I direct towards the audience is, what game or games are keeping you busy lately? Since it's now April, there's a lot of bangers that have came out, and it's keeping a lot of people busy, and then a couple of DLCs have been announced, so everyone's anticipating that. So I am curious to see what you guys are thinking of. So without further ado, we are going to go over WitchSpring R and the game review for this game. Definitely, if you guys like what I'm doing, hit the like button. Definitely subscribe to Coco7 Loco on all the platforms and social media platforms. So definitely let me know what you guys think, and definitely chat with me and hit me in the comments and let me know if there's any games that you think I should try. I am a JRPG, story-driven kind of gamer. So if there's a game you guys think is a hidden gem, let me know and I'll give it a try. Of course, if the money comes right, then like I will definitely give the game a try. So definitely let me know. So without further ado, bam, let's go over the game review template. So the last game review I did was Persona 3 Reload. I gave that game a 5 out of 5. So for WitchSpring R, the rating I'm giving this game, I don't know if you guys know a trend by now, but I should see coming, a 5 out of 5. Let me clarify. I very much did not expect, I had no expectations for this game. I didn't even know what this game was going to be about. I saw pictures on Steam. Like I mentioned, it was on sale for Steam for like 25-30 bucks. So I got it. I was like, let me play something on Steam. It should be quick, fun, you know, whatever. I'll try it. This is something totally new. Never heard of the company Kiwi Walks. Never even heard of the WitchSpring. Which, fun fact guys, WitchSpring is an entire series. This is like the 5th or 6th iteration to this series. Had no clue that this was all going on. So there's WitchSpring 1, 2, 3, 4, WitchSpring R, which is this one, and then they have announced a WitchSpring 5 and 6. So this is fascinating. Now that I played this game, I'm fully invested in this series. So I am excited for the next, which would be WitchSpring 5 to come out. So I'm very, very excited for that one. So yes, WitchSpring R, 5 out of 5. So the reason why I chose this game, it was on sale. It did catch my eye with the graphics and the animation style. So I was like, oh, you know, let me give this a try. Worst case scenario, I spent 30 bucks on a bad game, and we would probably still do a game review, and I'll tell you why I didn't beat the game. Did I beat the game? Absolutely, I beat the game. I'm even playing it again on New Game Plus mode because there are some certain things that I need to get for item wise, and I'll explain further when we get into it, that I want to max out my staff. What I thought about the game is, when I first saw the game, I didn't think it was going to be that impressive, because I was like, oh, it's just going to be a cute game. It's not going to really be taken that serious. I don't know if I should, like, if I'm going to really be invested fully in this game. Boy, was I wrong. Probably by chapter 2, because this game is broken off into chapters. There are 7 chapters total. So when I got to chapter 2 is when I start shifting my agenda. I was like, okay, well, you know what? This game is actually really, really interesting, and the story is really, really interesting. So now I'm a little bit more invested. So by chapter 2, which is a quick chapter, I got really, really invested in the game. So that's what I thought. Like that's what I was like. Oh, so being invested in the game made me keep going and going and going and grinding and grinding and grinding in the game, and I beat the game. So I thought the game wasn't going to be that great because it was like $30 on Steam. It was on sale. I was like, it's probably not that good. Never heard of this series. Didn't even know it was a series. Thought it was a one-time game. Didn't even heard of the company. I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. Worst case scenario, it sucks, and it sucks. Totally flipped my mind. Absolutely loved it. I'm fully invested in the game. Is it worth buying? I bought it when it was on sale, so I'm going to say yes, it's worth it. But I didn't know anything about this series until now, and I got it when it was on sale. So if there's another sale, I would definitely think it's definitely worth it for it on sale. So yes, I think it's worth buying. Do I think you should buy it brand new? Well, one, this game came out last year, so you couldn't buy it brand new. So I guess the question is, should you buy it at full price? I will say no, you would not. I would not buy it on full price unless you had nothing else to play, specifically for Steam Deck, and the Switch. But there's a lot of PvP, there's a lot of story games coming out right now. So this is something that I was playing on the back burner because I had a little bit of extra time to do. So that's why. So that is what I want to discuss with you initially for this game review. WitchSpring R is the 5 out of 5. I very much enjoyed it. I did beat the game. I thought the game wasn't going to be that great. It changed my mind completely by chapter 2. I chose the game because I saw photos of it on Steam and it was on sale. So that's how I got it. So 5 out of 5. How I rate the game is basically on graphics, storyline, and mechanics of the game. So graphics, as you guys can see, this is what the initial screen looks like for it. And I was like, oh, this looks really, really cute. I thought the story's gonna be like, it's not all that cute. Like, it's gonna be really cute, innocent, something that's gonna be lighthearted and will take the load off of, like, some of these games are really, really dark and depressing, and the world is pretty dark and depressing, and the news is pretty dark and depressing. So I kind of wanted something a little bit more lightful. So I was like, oh, let me try this out. Didn't know anything about the storyline, didn't know anything about the series, so I was kind of like brand new to it. And the mechanics of the game, I was like, it can't be that hard because it looks so sweet and innocent because of the graphics. The graphics, I want to say, it's interestingly enough that kept me going. So I'm giving the graphics a 5 out of 5 because the graphic style, the animation style is completely, I don't want to say it's completely different from me, for what I'm used to, but it's something that caught me off guard and I was very much invested with. So without further ado, I will go into the mechanics of the game and the storyline of the game. So, Chapter 7 is the final chapter for this game. As you see it, it says the war begins. I will explain the storyline for you. But for us, we're going to be doing Chapter 2, Find the Pie Maker. I know it's a really innocent chapter name, but you can see already I put 31 hours into the game. When I beat the game, I was at 27, 28. I'm playing it again now, 31 hours. You can see this, my stats are absolutely outrageous, and I will explain all that in further detail. So as you guys know, for the storyline, there's 7 chapters. All right, let's see if we can get to the nitty-gritty. Let me move my luscious face so you guys can see better. All right, so this is your home. So when you first start the game, you are this witch known as Pieberry. The reason why she's named Pieberry is because she is an orphan witch in the forest. She likes pies and she likes strawberries. So she put the names 2 together and Pieberry is her name. So already you can kind of tell, like, oh, this is going to be a really sweet and innocent game. Like, whoo, it's going to be cute. So immediately you start noticing Pieberry. So now, before I continue, I'm going to blend mechanics and storyline together at the same time. So, Pieberry is this cute witch. Uh-oh, I don't know if you guys will be able to see me. Ooh, sorry. Let's move. Ooh, no. Let's move my innocentness away. Okay. Alright, guys. So, Pieberry is this cute witch. She is in this forest, and you're like, oh, okay, like she's in this forest, she's gonna need help and all this other stuff, but she's pretty capable witch. When you first play with her, she is initially a fire mage. She specializes in fire, but as you progress through the story, you learn lightning and ice magic. Lightning magic and ice magic, yes. And then there's other types of magic, and we'll go into further details on that. So when you first get your equipment, you get the life stage, you get the life wand. As you progress through the story, you're able to wield swords also. And then other wands are provided to you. And then there are even considered legendary swords. So like the Faded Lightning Blade is a legendary sword. The Glorious Sword is a supreme weapon. The Sunstorm is a legendary weapon. Lightning Needle is a legendary weapon. Blue Moon Staff is a legendary weapon. So as you progressing through this story, you're able to collect items to kind of boost up your stats. Now, same thing with armor. When you start off, you get basic armor, leather armor, and then as you progress, you get better and better armor. Same thing with the shields, better and better gear. Me personally, because this one, me personally, the ice shield is the best shield on the planet. And I'll explain more when you kind of see. And then equipment, of course, the shoes increase your speed, your agility, so there's things to be mindful for when you're trying to do things. So and then in this second category, you have secondary equipment. Secondary equipment is like support items. So for me, I have Blue Rally Pendant, which each turn restores a certain amount of MP consumed. So every turn I get some MP in return. HP, same way for the Green Rally Pendant. Every time I lose some HP, I get HP back in return. Awakening Pendants increases my magic, strength, defense, and agility. So these are really, really rare items that you get by doing side quests. So doing side quests, which is an interesting factor to this game. You can choose to do them or not do them, it's up to you. And then the Crest, which is another side quest, which you can choose to do or not do. And I will explain more about the side quest feature because it's kind of interesting how they set it up in this game. And then you have specialized equipment. Specialized equipment is like legendary equipment that are one of a kind, they're hard to find. So my only two that I have for this file run through is HP and MP gradually restore over time when not in combat, and then the Silver Feather, which is a feather leather that makes you lighter and increases your movement while unmounted. So I can run faster out in the field. So this is what the equipment looks like. As you can see, there's health, HP, MP, magic, strength. The buff guy is your strength, the foot is your speed, and then the shield is your defense, and then 25% of my stats are in towards magic, and then 22% of my stats are towards attacking. So you can build Pie Berry however you see fit. So if you're like a guy who just likes a guy or a girl, if you're just a person or a kid or anyone who wants to like make her a sword wielder, you can make her a sword wielder and just like absolutely train her up to be a sword wielder. But me, I'm more magic, so I changed it more towards magic. And then for certain scenarios where I need to actually hit somebody with full-on fists, I have that kind of scenario also. So this is Pie Berry. So next we're gonna look into skill info. So skill infos are broken off into two categories: physical attacks, three categories there: physical, passive, combat, and special skill. So physical attacks are what you learn as you're training Pie Berry. So the more and more you train her with physical skills, the more and more physical moves she learns. Passive attacks are like what she learns based on her combat level, and combat level is up to level 5. So 5 is the highest you can go. After that, you can't exceed it. So the higher your combat level, the more and more she's able to learn these passive skills that you can use. And then special skills are based on the weapon you use. I have a healing staff, so my moves are like Earth Blessing, and because this is a new game, I have Uru's Arrow, and that's a new item, that's a new skill I learned from upgrading my wand. So special skills are for your wand or sword specifically, and then deities when we get into it. Outfits are outfits, so there are only 2 outfits. Blackberry, this is the outfit you will always wear for the time being when you're a kid. As you progress through the story, spoiler alert, if you guys think about listening to the story, please skip this part. As you progress through the story, you meet your mom, and you find out your mom is a god, and so you are considered a deity, which is the equivalent of a god, just a child god. And so with that, your mom helps you out, and then boom, she speeds up your growth process. So now you become an older Pieberry, and so you're able to wield more magic. So you get a different costume altogether. So that's it. So spoiler alert is closed. There we go. All right. So the other thing you gotta know about is growth info, combat experience. So when you first start the game, start off at level 1. Level 5 is the max you can get to, and it tells you what effects you get from stage 1. You can summon 2 pets. Secondary equipment amount is 2, and then your critical power is up to 140. So it's not that strong. As you get to stage 2, you need 1,000 combat experience, which I'll explain further how the combat experience is set up. But pretty much, once you get to stage 2, all your stats are pretty much increased tenfold, and your training is increased also, which training is very, very important. And then as you progress, stage 3, 20% increase, 25% increase for stage 4, 30% for stage 5. So, but as you increase per stage, it costs 3,800 for stage 3, costs 11,000 for stage 4, 20,000 for stage 5. So you have to keep fighting and fighting and fighting to increase your combat experience until you max out at number 5. There's nothing higher than 5 for now. So training stage. Training stage in this game, you don't level up. You either find items that boost your stats, you make items that boost your stats, or you wait until they do it by days. So you have what are called training days. So there's 5 max. You can either every one, you can do however you want to, but I wait till I get to the max out, which is 5, and then I use those training cycles to boost up my stats. So depending on where you are in your training determines what additional passive skills you would get. So for me, I think I am at 4. So 4 quintuplet swing for physical, plus physical 20% increase in physical attack crit and 7% HP recovery. For mental stage 4, it's 11% magic crit chance with 50% defense recovery for MP, and then I get to learn the Akar half. So this is different because it's not based on the battles, it's based on the training days. Training days are crucial. And then obviously 5 is the max. So at 5, I get 25% crit chance, and I get 15% magic crit chance with MP recovery at 20%, HP recovery at 10%, and I learn ultimate strike and 6-tuplet swing in the physical aspect. So that's how your growth works in this game. It's not levels, it's by training days and items you get to boost your stats. So that's why you can see me in this redo. In the top corner, you see my combat experience is at 5. My physical experience training stage is at 4, and my mental training stage is at 4. So I'm 1 away for those 2 to max out pretty much everything. As you see, this is what the stats are like. So the heart is HP, the diamond is MP, magic is the wand, strength is the muscles, the shield is defense, and agility. So it kind of tells you how to work and operate. How you want to do your play style is up to you. I'm more magic, so I just keep boosting up magic, but I'm not ignorant to the chance that if I need defense and speed also. So I try to keep Pieberry well-rounded. But the higher your magic is, the stronger your magic is, and the more MP it takes. So like I kind of have to balance that out accordingly. So as you can see, this is your growth record. It's a cute little information that tells you how often you are training, or like when you do training days, how often you do certain training events to boost up the stats. So you can see how I kind of manipulate and move myself accordingly. So that is Pieberry. So that's how you use Pieberry, that's how you equip her, that's how she is seen. Alright, so the info section on here is there's the Witch's Journal, which tells you pretty much what's happened and what you need to do. So it's pretty much the main story, like, hey, this is what you should do going forward, like you should do this. And then the second part is Grouchy Merchant Ralph. So in the game, you meet a merchant named Ralph. He kind of tells you like, hey, if you scratch my back, I scratch your back, help him out with all this stuff. And then eventually you help him out. And then once you get to the last requirement, he gives you all this stuff to kind of boost you up. So I already did it in the previous game. So New Game Plus, I don't have to do it again because I have all the items he have. But doing this Merchant Ralph is one of those side quests you don't have. It's one of those side quests you really don't have to do, but it's in your best interest to do it because he'll give you money. 2, he'll upgrade the enemy's armor and weapons and makes it more challenging for you, which you can get better and better stuff from. So I think it's worth it on my side. But that's pretty much it. And then eventually you'll get another character, which is Redbeard, and he's like black market tier merchant, and he has some insane requests. He only has 4 requests, and he'll ask you to hunt the most dangerous monsters in the game. And then so like it's up to you if you want to do it. I think it's pretty cool. So I get the chance to hunt some of the most dangerous monsters and test my skills in it. So it's definitely worth it if you really like it. But you won't get Redbeard until like later in the game. So Combat Journal tells you all the guys you fought. So I think this is going to keep all the ones. Yeah, it will keep all. So it keeps every character that I have fought. So and some of these characters drop items. So just be mindful. You don't have to worry about like if you fight it and they drop them on. If they drop the items where you get it, like you automatically get the item if you drop it. So you don't have to worry about that feature. These are all the monsters I have fought because I beat the game. You guys are getting to see all the monsters that you will be fighting. I think I am only missing 1 monster from the main game, and then I looked online and there are new monsters for me to fight now on New Game Plus. So a lot of these some of these guys are really easy, but I'll explain when we get to pets that some of these monsters are monsters you can use to summon. And the only way you're gonna be able to summon is if you weaken them down. And so I'll explain a little bit more when it comes to pets. But so as you can see here, like these are all the monsters you fought. I'm pretty sure I have more to fight now that there's New Game Plus. So I'll be fighting a lot more. And then others are like main characters, or they're part of the story. So you really don't kill them or defeat them. So they're just there. So just be mindful for that. All right. Respawn info. So because there are no levels in this game, how you grow Pieberry is not only by the training days, but it's also by finding the giving her items or finding the items. But in order for her to find the items, you have to like fight monsters and bad guys to get the items to then create and craft in order for you to become stronger and stronger. So respawn is very, very important. So when you defeat a bad guy, a monster, enemy, or whatever, there's a respawn time frame, and then it tells you but you can't just like, oh, I'm just gonna not play the game and let it control. It won't move. You have to constantly be moving in the game for the percentage to drop. Once it gets to 100%, they leave the respawn area and then they're back out into the field. So you gotta keep moving in the game. That's the tutorial. Let me see if I can move. Ooh, sorry guys. So that's the tutorial, and that pretty much tells you how to play the game as you progress. All right, actions. So training, this is how you're able to train Pieberry. As you can see at the top, 5 circles, so 5 training scheduled days, but you have to progress and walk around and fight bad guys in order for you to increase the training. So in the upper left, you see like the flex. The flex is telling you you have 1 training day. So I have to keep running around and doing stuff in order for it to another day transpire, another day transpire, another day transpire. So I get to 5. And then once I max out at 5, I can come here and then start doing training. So these are the training events. You have running, push-ups, swimming, hitting wood, hitting rocks, rooftop meditation, magic practice, crafting practice, reading, and meditation. So each one of these training exercises boosts a specific stat for Pieberry. So depending on how you want to play your game, you can pretty much boost however you see fit. Now, they don't really tell you this in detail, but Let me see if I can have one. Here we go. So there's this thing at the top. When you look at magic practice for me, it says difficulty achieved stage 2. In order for you to do that, you have to make 3 successful attempts. 3 successful attempts at the training event. So you have the option of doing like automatic training, which the computer will do the training, or you can do the actual training and help. And so when you do the actual training, if you're successful, it adds to that tally. And then when you get 3 successful trainings in a row, it upgrades the stage, which makes it harder, but also rewards you with more. So it's always in your best interest to kind of just actually do the training and not just have it on autopilot. Stats, training stage. Okay, so I already told you that. So here is combine. Combine is how you make magic. The magic in this game is with slabs. So you can't make magic, or you can't use magic in the game without giving it a slab. So for me, because I beat the game, I have 7 pillar ice circle, 7 fork lightning circle, and 7 orb flame circle. That's like level 7 is the highest you can go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7 is the top tier strongest. So what makes this game cool is that you have to, 1, find the spell book, and then 2, find the ingredients for you to use that spell. So it isn't like, oh, on my 3rd training exercise I learned. Nope. You gotta find the spell book, and you gotta find the items. So most of the time you're hunting. You're spending a lot of your time hunting for the ingredients of it, and the higher the level is, the what do I want to say? The stronger and stronger the requirements are for more and more legendary monster monster parts. So you got to be mindful of that. And it's the same thing with supportive magic. So supportive magic supports the main magic. So the center magic for me is my fire, level 7 flame magic. My supportive magic gives me 5% power boost. No, sorry. Here we go. So my advanced boost magic increase. Ooh, sorry guys. Let me move myself out of the way again. So actually, I don't think you guys will probably be mad, but here we go. Alright, so advanced booster circle, which you also have to find the spell book for and learn how to and find the ingredients for it. Boosts my flame circle by 29%, costs more though, and it boosts my power by 130. So what you're seeing there is 14,000 power. When you take that stuff away, it's probably like 3,000, 4,000. So you have to boost your magic with more magic spells and skills on top of it, depending on how you want to play. So for lightning, I have support magic, which reduces the cost of MP, or I can switch it and give it advanced booster circle magic, which increases the damage. So, but it costs a lot more MP. So it just depends on how you really want to play the game. The only one who has the double advanced magic is my flame one, because it's like the spell, when it attacks, it kills everything, and that's the whole point. What I want to do is I have one ultimate spell. Everyone else gets support magic in different ways, so you can change how you use the magic, how you see fit, any kind of way. Weapon evolution. So this is something that I'm working on. This is why I'm playing New Game Plus. So the way it works is you pick weapon. Let's see, flame staff, and on the right hand side you see ingredients. Those ingredients are what determines how you level up. It's to evolve it. I apologize. So you have to find the ingredients, then use those ingredients to evolve it. But in order for you to evolve it, you also have to nourish it, and you have to nourish it in a category. So like, depending on what you give it determines how much nourishment it needs. So like lava eye, if I give it that, boom, it's at 100%. Now it's ready to evolve. But I can't evolve it until I get the lava steam core and the rage horn. So I have to get items for it to evolve. But the higher it goes, the more and more skills it will have. Let's see if he'll show me that. Here we go. So if I level up to the evolved flame staff, increases my magic by 85% plus 400, increases my strength by 130, and I learn 2 skills: meteorite judgment and magic shield. So you can change, you can pick, let me see, dark sword. I doubt it'll let me do it because Yeah, I won't be able to do it yet. Okay. Because I need another weapon for it. So Sun Sword, same thing. You gotta find legendary skills but legendary items to upgrade the sword. So if you upgrade it right though, this is what you can do, and that's what the skill looks like. So that's the sword's ultimate move, Earth Sun. So it's actually pretty cool. But it's all based on your playstyle. So for me, I have the flaming budding white staff. I'm trying to evolve it to the blue flower staff, but I need these items, and these items are only in New Game Plus. So that's why I'm playing New Game Plus. So pretty much you can make your staff or your sword however you see fit. Swords obviously boast more physical attack, if anything, and then staffs are more magic. So I'm a little bit more magic, so that's what I do. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, pets. So when you first start the game, that little bird you see up at the top is named Black Joe. He tells you, hey, you can learn how to control animals, monsters, etc. So you learn the spell, and then you get the ability to mind control pets. So when you first start off, you get Boar Junior. It costs MP to use it, and based on your combat level, so if you're level 1, you only get to summon 1. Combat 2, 2, Combat 3, 3, Combat 4, 4, and then Combat 5, you can summon up to 5 monsters. And so the way it works in this game is that you can, I don't think there's, you couldn't get a lot of the rarer items you need to evolve your staff and upgrade your magic skills without a pet. You really need a pet. I don't think you could ever function, I don't think you can even go far in a game without a pet. So when you first start off, you get Boar Junior. That one's kind of like a given, but from then on out, you are on your own collecting all of them. So Karako I got, and mind you, they can join you in battle. They'll help you fight in battle, so that's really, really cool. So I'll show you guys that when I show you guys the mechanics for fighting. But yeah, you're really much on your own, and the way it works is you have to fight it, you have to weaken them down, and then there'll be a symbol on it that says able to mind control, and then you attempt to take control of its mind. And in the game, the way you can tell what monsters are mind control is their name is blue. So Brilliant, its name when you see it out in the field is blue. Like Nekomis is blue, Karik is blue, Tia Reese blue. They're like blue named. So that's how you know you can kind of take control of them. Alright, so that's pets. But pets are really, really important. They're like, not only can you use them in battle for support, and they have their own set of moves, and they fight on their own. If there's multiple enemies, you can kind of tell them which one to fight. But if it's one enemy, they fight on their own. They all have their own specials, but the only way they get their specials is if you max out their heart. So the way you max out their heart is... Oh, well, everyone's... Here we go. You click on the pet, and you say feed the pet. And then you have to find the item, which I already know what the item is for this because I have to go to the area and do it. You have to find the item for them and feed them their favorite food. So when you feed them their favorite food, their heart increases, and when their heart increases, boom, they can learn their special. So without increasing their heart, their love for you, they can't use their special. So that one's pretty easy. Craft. All right. So I think I'm missing like 2 books. Great. So this is also why I'm playing New Game Plus. So you only get 1 initial book. Fire Magic Spellbook is your first book you get, and then after that, Fire Magic and Pie Berry. So those are the 2 ones that you really get. You don't really get anything else. You have to find the other ones. Lightning Magic you find. Secondary Circles you have to find. Ice Magic is given to you, but you have to progress through the story, and then that's given to you. Anna's Spellbook is given to you, but you have to progress through the story. This you have to find, and Bomb Drone you have to find, and then Reforgeable Equipment you have to find. So each spellbook has different spells, as you can see. So like Reforgeable Equipment, it's how you can afford, how you can make your own armor. So you make your own armor, but in order for you to do that, you have to find the ingredients for it. So you have to scour the place the continent looking for these ingredients. So that's what makes this game very, very fun. I do enjoy finding stuff. As you can see, like, I really don't need a lot of this stuff because a lot of my skills are already maxed out for the armor I have. Bombs are cool because you can use those in battle. Dark magic stones you don't use, but you use them, like, you can't really use them except for ingredients to upgrade other equipment. And feeding Brilliant, the dark line. So, like, that's the only thing you can really use it for. And a spell book has 2 of the best heals on the planet. I'm sure there's more, but I'm gonna have to play New Game Plus for more. But, like, healing is everything, so I have a lot of those. Fire magic, as you can see, you start off with 3 orb, and then you have to find the ingredients for 4, 5, 6, and 7. But once you make the magic orb, like the magic spell, you don't have to make it again. You don't have to be like, oh, I need to make like 5 of these. That's not how it works. It's just one time and one time only. That's all you have to do. So these are the items that you gotta be really, really mindful for. HP enhancer, it's a cookbook for there's a spell book for that. There's a spell book for mental enhancer, magic enhancer, strength enhancer, and blue crab extract. But you have to, these are important because they increase your HP, your strength, your magic, your MP, HP and defense, and then this one I just got towards the end of the game. So you have to get legendary items in order to make this soup. And then the egg, which I already have, so you really don't have to do that again. The white fox marble, you actually need the white fox marble in order for you to get the white fox. That's the only way you're gonna be able to do it. As you can see, these are combat items that you can use, can support you in combat. So these are actually really, really beneficial, especially when you're starting off and you're trying to like fight tougher and tougher monsters. You're really gonna need the combat stuff. Lightning magic, so like I mentioned, you start off with none, and then you get the book, and then they give you the 3-1, automatically 3 spell. So you gotta learn 4, 5, 6, and 7. Secondary circles, these are the support magics. Circles that support your main magic. So ice magic, fire magic, and lightning magic. As I mentioned before, you have to kind of attach them to the magic, to your stone slab to make that magic stronger. Intermediate magic slab and advanced magic slabs are incredibly important because you would not be able to get some of these advanced ones without these slabs. So be mindful for that. And then ice magic you learn. So the one I'm missing is 5 pillar, but I already have 7, 6, and 4. So, but I have to progress in the game in order to get that. So that's magic, and I think there's 2 or 3 more spell books. So I'm actually going around trying to find these other spell books. Let's see, Toolbox. So this is all the items that you carry with you in the game. So I have a lot of recovery items. Please be mindful. This is a new game plus, so a lot of this has rolled over. And then you have stat boost. So you get stat boosts during the game. When you collect items during the game, you get stat boost. So there's a lot of ways to get stat boost, and then of course making your own is stat boost. These are the items you use for combat. So when you're fighting, this is what you use. These are all my magic circles. This is the mind control one. That's super important for you to collect the pets. Here's all my equipment. As you can see, I have a lot of equipment. Special items are what you use in the story. But you have to, it's weird because they don't really tell you more details, like, hey, this is a special item, and then you have to do something to make that special item like usable. And then miscellaneous is what ingredients are in the game. So your miscellaneous items are your ingredients in the game. So you can't do anything without miscellaneous items. And then frequently used is code for, I'm trying to find that stuff. Sleep is very important. So sleep allows 2 things. The bird you see there, his name is Blackjack. He runs errands, which is collecting stuff for you, and then sleep recovers your HP and MP fully. So see this, boom, and then I go to sleep. And then Blackjack goes through his thing, comes back. So you may have noticed that the game is speaking Japanese because the entire game is in Japanese. There is no sub for English. I mean, there are subtitles for English, but there is no dub for English. So everything is in Japanese. So please be mindful of that. If you're thinking you can dub it out, you can't. Then settings is settings. So this is the witch's hideout. This is how pretty much You move and operate in the game. Everything is done in here first before you go out into the real world. So with that, we're going to go into the real world. That's my tortoise. Alright, so as you can see, I'm a busy bee. So this is what the world map looks like. If you press R, you can kind of get a bigger picture of what's happening in the map, but not too big. So this is kind of what everything looks like. Now this is what I really want to show you guys. The world map. Probably won't show you everything, but as you progress through the story, through chapters, more and more of the place of the map start open up. So right now I can only go to here, Merchants Road, and the mines, and I don't think that's gonna let me do it. Yeah, and the Desolate Hill. But as you progress through the story, it opens up more and more. And the reason why it's important for you to progress through the story is because you find out as you're moving along through the story. Please, spoiler alert. So if you're really interested in playing this game and you don't want to hear how the story is going, skip this part right now. Okay, cool. So for spoiler alert, as you progress through the story, you find out that the witch hunt has happened on this continent. All witches are to be exterminated. If not exterminated, they are captured by the Pope. The Pope is a human that wields magic, and no one can figure out how he's wielding magic, and he's destroyed the gods, and he wants to pretty much end the war by killing all the witches. As you progress through the story, you find out that each god is in a temple. They go into hiding, they die, and then they go into hiding until the right time. The right time happens to be you. So you happen to be the chosen deity because you are the daughter of a goddess, Elsian, who can pretty much reincarnate the dead. So now you find your new purpose is to defeat the Pope and bring back your mom, because you've been missing her for so long because you thought you were abandoned. You realize your mom is alive or can be alive, so you're pretty much, your whole goal is to bring your mom back to life. The further and further you go in the story, humans are not to be trusted, but Pieberry trusts humans. She builds relationships and friendships with these humans, so humans start trusting her in certain aspects of it. You find a secret organization that wants to go to war with the Pope and defeat the Pope. You join that organization, and then you wind up defeating the Pope, and then you find out the Pope isn't really the bad guy. There's someone else who's even more evil, typical JRPG style. And the goal of this more evil person, in which this person's name is Jude, like Jude Law, Jude, is to pretty much take away all the dark magic and hate in the world, and then like destroy the world and start it over again. So some serious reincarnation stuff, but get rid of dark magic. So you say you can't do that. You fight Jude. You bring back all the gods, including your mom. And then the gods pretty much explain, like, Jude, you were wrong. The whole reason you can't get rid of dark magic is because humans and love and compassion is supposed to get rid of dark magic. And so dark magic starts dissipating around the world because of love and compassion, and you save the world. All the gods come back to life, and that's how it ends. So really, really great story. First, you start off very simple with her trying to leave her forest and trying to explore the human world, with Black Joe pretty much being like an advisor, saying, hey, be mindful of what you're doing, like, you can't really trust humans for this, can't trust humans for that. But as you progress through the story, and as you're progressing with Pieberry, you're realizing that the world is way much bigger, and that you shouldn't use hatred or bigotry or ignorance to stop you from giving people a chance and really trying to understand people. So yes, the underlying message is very peaceful and sweet. That's why I very much enjoyed this. So I very much loved it for what it is. So that's why I finished the game to the very T. So I want to give you guys the mechanics for the game, and let's see if it will let me do it. So this is one of the temples for the gods. As you're going through the story, each temple has its own little puzzle that you have to figure out. And there's puzzles in this game. They're not really that hard, but they are interesting and entertaining. And so each temple has a boss, minions, puzzles, and then as you progress through the game, there's like a secondary area of hardship that you can go through as you can go back at any time. So the game gives you hints on what to do, but it doesn't really tell you what to do. It's like, hey, you should probably go here, but you are free to roam and do whatever you want to do. So when you get far enough in the game, you're like, hey, I really don't need to beat the game yet. What I did was I just ran around collecting items and stuff to like boost up my stats and make myself even stronger. So that's how I pretty much played it. So right hand corner you can see the map, left hand corner you can see my HP and MP and money. When you first start the game, you don't have money because Pyberry doesn't understand the concept of human money. But once you get to chapter 2, or once you start chapter 2, money is introduced, and then you can start buying stuff, which I'm gonna be honest, like, it's very expensive. So you gotta do a lot of fighting. So like, just be mindful of that. So when you first start, let's go. We're fighting. So when you first start fighting, when you do the first game, first run through, there are almost no enemies where you have this feature up top called Quick Hunt. There's no such thing. Each bad guy, each monster or enemy you fight, there is no such thing. But as you go along through the story and you get stronger and stronger, Quick Hunt becomes a thing. And Quick Hunt pretty much says, hey, I'm just gonna click Quick Hunt and you're gonna one-shot these guys and we don't have to do a whole battle scene. That's Quick Hunt. Quick and easy. Boom, boom, boom. That's all you gotta do. So that's really convenient once you start building up your stats. So you gotta build up your stats in order for you to get this Quick Hunt ability. Now, when you start a real fight, you have the option of doing your combat tools. So if you make your combat tools, you can like, oh yeah, I want to make myself faster. I want to have a defense. I want to have strength when I start. I want to have magic. I want to have shields. So I'll show you what one of them looks like. So this is an agility stimulant. It boosts my speed by 10%. So now I'm first. So this is what the fight mechanics look like. Physical attack, magic slash, special skills, tools, pet, defense, and give up, which is pretty much running away. Defense for me is basic defense, but as you progress your combat skills, you get strength charge, mind charge. So you need combat and physical skill training up to get to these. So that's what magic charge looks like. That's what strength charge looks like. And then your basic defense is basic defense, like, oh, I'm just blocking. Be mindful, if you are defending, you cannot counterattack. So just be mindful of that. This is the fun part, pets. So when you get to combat level 5, you can summon up to 8 pets. And when you look at each pet tells you the summon cost for them. So if I want to use the white fox, it costs me 2. If I wanted to use the boar, it costs me 2. If I wanted to use Tia Reed, it costs 3. But now I can't summon anymore because there's no pet that costs 1. So now your pets can join the battle. So you have to wait 1 full turn and then your pets will join in on the battle. When you summon them, if you already have a pet with you, when you're going into battle, that 1 pet will be with you automatically. But if you're summoning pets, it takes 1 turn and then they'll show up. Tools are, tools. Recovery items is what you use to recover during battle. Combat, you can use these tools for any kind of combat. And then weapons, you can switch your weapon out if you really want to switch out your weapon. Depends on what you want to do. Special skills. So for my staff, I have Earth Blessing, Ikar have, and Aru's Arrow. So Aru's Arrow is a deity special ability, but you have to go through the temples, but you have to progress through the story in order to get these special skills. So Aru's skills, because I just did this temple, so that's how Aru's Arrow is the skill I got from this temple, so that's why I'm not too worried about it. Ikar half is where I'm pretty much consuming my HP to do like massive damage. And then Earth's Blessing is for me to recover myself. So that's like my favorite skill, because when you're fighting stronger and stronger bad guys, especially monsters, sometimes you can't heal. You're gonna waste a turn healing yourself when you just use a special skill to do it. So I keep that. Magic Slab are your skills. So for me, 7 orb, 7 fork, and 7 pillars. And then here's individual magic. So you can pick what kind of magic you want to use. So it all depends on you. Mind Control is for monsters that you want to control. Remember, their name has to be in blue for using. So that's pretty much it for that. And then physical attack. As you level up your physical combat, the more and more you're able to use different stuff. So Overload Strike 2, 1, Stun. Stun is pretty much a stun. Quintuples to hit 5 times, quadruples 4, triples 5, double swing. So it just does. And then the Y button is Blackjack. So Blackjack, when you get your combat level to level 2, he joins in the fight, but he provides support to you. So you don't have to waste your turn trying to heal or use a skill or other. Blackjack will do it for you. So watch this. See, he healed me, so now I can still attack, and then after 2 turns he'll come back and I can use him again. So let's use this bad boy. See? So now that I summoned the White Fox is a part of me. So every time I go into battle, the White Fox will automatically show up. Oops, quick hunt. I apologize, guys. I'm so used to using quick hunt. Here we go. See? Now the White Fox is with me. Didn't even stand a chance. So you guys are probably wondering what the green numbers and blue numbers are. It's because of these two. And restores a certain amount of MP and HP. So because I have these equipped to me, every time I attack, I get MP and HP. Some MP and HP return. For level 7 magic, I get a lot of MP and HP return back, so that's why I keep them on me at all times. So this is what one of the areas look like in the game. This is South Island. It's actually pretty cool. But I need to switch to you because I want to show you guys the actual challenge in a fight. So yes, you can ride some of your monsters. You cannot use any monsters to fly. Let's see. Because I want to show you guys this. I want to show you guys like a real fight, like a fight where I'm like struggling. Maybe. I have been. Let's see if it'll show up. Yeah, he's here. All right. So that guy, he is the lightning dragon. As you can know, he's. Anyway, one of the criteria for one of my side quests, which is with Redbeard, is to get a horn from the lightning dragon. So you gotta fight this guy. When you first meet him, he had all his stats. Let me see if I can move myself out the way. So all his stats are unknown. They're all question marks, unmeasurable, because you never fought something of this size before. And when you go to fight some of these bigger guys, you cannot quick hit them. You cannot quick hunt. You cannot do anything. You have to actually fight them. Luckily, they give you the once you fight and beat it, you see all their stats from here on out. But when you first engage them, you don't see any of that. You see unmeasurable and question marks. So be mindful of that when you play through the game and you see some of these really big monsters, and you see question marks and stuff. It's because they're pretty freaking strong. Like, they're insanely strong. So for this, we're gonna fight. All right, let's see. All right, cool. I'm gonna remove myself because I want to show you guys what a real fight is looking like for me. Because I really want to use. All right, that's it. No more. Alright guys, let's do this for real, for real. So I like fire magic. The reason why I like it is because this move is badass. Boom. Drop 14,000 on him. See? Turns over, and now all your pets show up. And so when it's one, like I mentioned guys, when it's one monster, your pets will fight automatically by themselves. But if it's more than one monster, then you're gonna have to direct them where to go. So the reason why I picked certain these, one, dark magic drains not only HP but MP, so that's why I have Brilliant. T-Reese is a fire dragon, so he will put the fire stat on him when he uses fire moves. And when I use fire moves, it drops a fire burn symbol on them. If you use ice moves, the ice moves hit with the ice symbol, but it slows them down. If you hit them with lightning, lightning doesn't really have a thing on it. So it just depends on how you really want to play. Alright, let me show you one of my special skills. So now I have extra HP, and here, oh, I don't have enough MP for that, but I'll use Blackjack. Boom. Now watch this. Boom, 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 boom. Now you cooking, bro. See, did 5,000 burn. 5,000 burn damage because of us combined. Watch this. Got him. See? And then it's dead, but it's respawning. So then you would go to respawn info. 0% because I just beat it. So now you just gotta wait. And so when you're trying to get some of these items, you gotta wait. You gotta beat the guy and then wait for him. Let me see. Let me see. Come on, get in the water. He's insanely slow on land. Oh, whirlpools. Can't go that way. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Ignore me, guys. You. And once I'm done, I kind of teleport back home. Let me see, what else is there for you guys to know? So you can teleport to multiple locations. So when you leave, you can teleport based on the altars you get to. And then when you're out in the field, you can also teleport in different locations. You don't have to teleport back home. It'll do it for you. So this is Ralph. This is how you do his request if you need to, and then you can buy items. So he has items that will help boost your stats, but they're like 5,000 gold, so they're very expensive. So he'll be fighting a lot of bad guys just to get to that. What else? What else do you guys need to know? Yes, you can hunt rabbits. I told you guys, I think I told you guys everything you guys need to know about the game. So, let me save. Alright. Yeah, I actually did. That's WitchSpring R. as you see here, these are pretty much all the characters you will ever meet. Main characters. There's a lot of characters, but like these are the real ones that you really should care about. So I'm giving this game WitchSpring R a 5 out of 5. I love the mechanics because it was different. Usually I'm used to RPGs where I just level up. So I'm kind of like, oh, I'll just level up and then I'll outclass everything. This game kind of stopped me from leveling up so fast and kind of required me to go through the story in order for me to progress to get stronger and stronger spells. So that what made the game even more interesting from mechanic wise was actually the crafting feature. You can't get anything done without, one, finding the spell books, and then two, finding the items you need to craft those spells and crafting those potions. So I absolutely loved every aspect of it. So that's what really sold me on this. Was the mechanic feature. The graphics were very cute, completely different from what I'm used to. So I very much enjoyed that feature. Was the graphics made it very more like cutesy and charmy. And then when you actually talk to someone, when you see the dialogue, they'll zoom in closer and then they'll show you like the manga style animation for them. You're like, oh, okay, this is really good. So this is what they really look like. So it's really cool in that aspect. And then also the storyline of the game, it went from simple and cute to complex and still cute and charming and like very sweet. And it's usually something I did not see coming. And it was a great change of pace for me. So without a doubt, I stand by what I said at the beginning of this. WitchSpring R, you definitely get a 5 out of 5. I've greatly appreciated this game very much. I am playing New Game Plus because there are other things I want to do with the game to make sure I got everything completely done. But yes, this is definitely a game I think you guys would enjoy, especially if you're tired of like the doom and gloom scenario, everything that's happening in the world and people are losing their minds and money and debt and tax and all this. This game is a nice change of pace of like happiness, peace, and hope and friendship, and I really very much appreciate it. So that's the game review from Coco7 Loco on WitchSpring R. I really did hope you guys enjoyed that. I try to guys give you as much detail as possible of the game. I do want you guys to play the game and give me your 2-piece on the game and what you guys think the game was about and how you felt about the game. So definitely let me know. But without a shadow of a doubt, I very much appreciate it. So I really want to thank everybody for taking time out of your day to watch me go over this game review. That is all we're going to do for today, is the game review. Next week we will probably do a game review for Banisher's Ghost of New Eden. Haven't really determined how that's going to move going forward. I'm at this point in the game and I don't want to give too much away, but I think I'm pretty much done with the game. So we'll just be on the lookout for that. If I don't beat it next week, I will definitely give you guys, we'll play some more Dragon's Dogma 2 together, because I am playing that also. Our Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is kind of like my baby, so I will play that, and I will give you guys the the videos on my YouTube channel for Coco7 Loco. But yeah, definitely hit the like button, guys. Subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this review. Give me your 2 cents on anything, and of course, don't forget that question. I will ask it for you one more time. So the question for this time I'm asking you this week is, what game is keeping you busy these days? So definitely let me know what you guys are doing, and if the game is good, like, let me know. And with that being said, I wish you guys a fantastic weekend. Be safe